Hey there, you filthy animals. Mr. Dirty back with another episode of the GTM show, and today we've got Arby's on the show. They got new things on the menu. The big item that everybody seems to be falling over themselves for is the pizza slider, which turns out my Arby's, they can't seem to concoct that for us. So we went down there to pick that up and a few of the other new items. And get up to the counter, we ask them, hey, do you have the pizza slider, since I don't see any signage anywhere? And they look at me like I have three heads, have no idea what I'm talking about. It turns out they can't make it, even though in the back they've got the buns for the slider, since they've already got like 5 or 6 on the menu. They already have the salami and the pepperoni back there because they make the Italian subs with it. I have no idea. Maybe they didn't get the garlic marinara sauce this week. Who knows? But also new to the menu are a bunch of half-pound versions of their regular sandwiches. There's a half-pound, like the Arby's regular, but it's like a monster-sized version. There's also a half-pound version of the French dip sub. And then there's a half-pound version of the beef and cheddar. And that's what we have on the show today. All right, so voila. It comes in, regular Arby's box like this, but unlike the Meat Mountain, they were able to actually close this box and get the little thing to lock up down there. Let's crack this open and take a peek, see what we got here. And yeah, definitely right off the bat, it looks way bigger than a regular beef and cheddar. Still got the onion bun going on. That's nice and soft feeling too. And as you're not seeing things, there's 2 layers of the cheddar cheese going on. Is in the picture. Boom, there's the top layer of cheese, then you got meat. Let me just peel this down so you can get a better look at the side there. Yeah, that's what we're dealing with. The beef. Oh my God, that's a kind of comedy look in there. We see we got the double layers of meat going on, lots of that goopy cheese coming down, and the red sauce. I think I read that's some sort of like a red ranch sauce. Just hoist this up out of the box and hold it up next to my noggin like I never do. You can kind of get an idea of how big this is. Here, have a better view. Good grief. Don't try to bite your screen. This one's mine. But yeah, quite impressive looking, I have to say. There's no Meat Mountain. But yeah, it's definitely climbing up the side of it. All right, enough waiting around. Down the hatch with this thing. Man, cheese is just flying out of this thing, left and right, as well as that red sauce. Wow, that is so much. It doesn't lose any of the flavor of the beef and cheddar, surprisingly. I thought it was just going to be like a real dominant roast beef flavor. Wasn't going to be able to taste the bun or maybe even the cheese or the sauce. But yeah, you get it all. It is what it is. It's the Arby's beef and cheddar. If you've ever had one, just imagine that turned up to 11. Real easy to bite around the edges, but after like 2 or 3 bites in, it's hard to like unhinge enough to like get a good chomp going. And with that much meat, it's even got like a pretty forceful bite through. Right now it says it's a 1.5 inch layer of meat, and that's because I've scrunched it. This was like a 2-inch layer of meat when it was first laid on there. Now the price point on this is $6, which I don't think is that bad for what you get here. There's so much. Like I say, they say it's a half pound, but I think it weighs out to 10 point something ounces actually. But there's so much here. You could literally cut this thing in half and share it with somebody. And it would be like both of you are having one regular beef and cheddar sandwich. Now, I say it wasn't a bad price for the $6 and change that we paid for this, because I was walking in the door expecting this to be more like the Meat Mountain, where I was expecting to pay like $8 or $9 for the sandwich. So when they said $6 just for the sandwich, not the combo, I was like, okay, sign me up. And if it's a bit much, I also saw there's a double version of this as well as the regular. But yeah, $6 and you get this beast. So for the half-pound Arby's beef and cheddar sandwich, it's pretty awesome possum, but it's no Meat Mountain, so I'm going to give this a high 4 out of 5. So yeah, it's a pretty awesome sandwich, but hey, Arby's, you've done it to yourself. After you gave us the Meat Mountain and the Smoked Meat Mountain, and there was another version of the Meat Mountain just recently. It's hard to come through with any kind of wow factor now. You kind of set that bar way too high for yourselves to leap over. So I'm Mr. Dirty. This is the GTM show. Don't forget you can buy Knucklehead shirts and hoodies down in the description. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram at TheRealMrDirty. And as always, get out of here and go have a rotten day.